Our 2 cents.
With Oscar.
One, two. I don't know where we're at. But we definitely are back with our 2 cents. The show, the podcast, whatever you want to call it. I'll let you call it whatever you want. But this is Oscar from the Our 2 Cents podcast with Oscar. Talking today to myself. There's going to be changes, not on the podcast, on my personal life. Since I picked a hobby, since I picked a hobby to do what I want to do and do things that I enjoy doing, and with wanting to find a way to quit the daily rat race. Is that what it's called? Is that what the kids are calling it these days? That's what it's always been called, right? The rat race. Meaning that regular job has to go. That's always been my goal, to quit my job and make a living by myself without a job. But having a job that I can schedule myself whenever the hell I want to, and I wanted to do that. I got too excited right there. That's too far, and this is too much of an awkward motion that might be distracting for you guys, for the 25 of you watching, if you guys are watching, but I do appreciate the follow. Anyways, before we get started, I'd like to welcome you guys to our 2 Cents podcast. This, like I said, it is I, Oscar, and I do an introduction twice just so you know perfectly well who the hell I am. And yes, what we do here is give our cent. You know what? Every time I do this by myself, I never give an opinion on anything. All I do is sit here and talk about what I'm doing, I guess. Is that what I do? To be honest, I don't even remember what I've said in the past with the podcast that I've done by myself. That's bad. We should be able to remember that. But here we are. We don't. What do you want me to do? I mean, I forget. You forget. Everybody forgets shit. I can't just get down on myself for forgetting what the hell I said. Is it bad? Well, I hope it hasn't been all bad. I mean, there has to be some good in there. I don't know. Anyways, welcome again. This is for the third time. Welcome again to our 2 Cents podcast. What we do here is talk about me, right? That's what we like doing, talking about me. And the reason why we like talking about me is because we never had opportunities to ask questions as kids, so now we have many questions that are unanswered, and it make me feel dumb, because I don't know the answer. So that's why I seek to see what other people think and what other people do. Exactly what I do. But that's not what I was saying earlier. See, I forgot what I was talking about. I was trying to say that I've maybe back up way back to when I started, like maybe 2 minutes ago. Maybe 2 minutes ago. So my goal has always been to quit the rat race. That's why if you go back to a couple of my earlier podcasts where I dove deep into the Forex exchange, finding it as the way out. But all I found there was a pyramid scheme. I mean, I'm grateful that they taught me what they taught me and I learned what I learned. But I did learn more or less how to read charts. I wasn't gonna give Live Life 365, whatever the hell it was, Live Team, whatever the fuck it was. I don't remember what the fuck it was. I'll give them credit because they did teach me how to read the graphs more or less for the stock market. I mean, it works almost the same for foreign exchange, I guess. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. I don't know. No, maybe that's why it didn't work because I didn't understand it really well. But we have been successful. You know, we haven't had like big numbers per se, like what we want. You know, but we've had some quite success. Oh, that's not good. Anyways, we've had success, and it hasn't been major success. You know, but I think it's because, for one, I'm not putting in enough time and effort into it because because excuse me, I haven't put in too much effort, time and effort into it. I got so many things going on. All right. Now, ever since the home purchase, it's been one. There's always some shit to do at home, dude. It's so annoying. And you know what the most annoying part is? That you're the only one that's there to do it. That's the fucked up part, I guess. But I guess that's when you have to step up your game and, do what you need to do and not complain like I am right now, but that's all right. It just makes good for great content, I guess, right? Everybody complains on their content. Why won't I complain on my content? But can we also talk about the elephant in the room? As you can tell, we've definitely upgraded from where we started. I remember I started with Michael and no, bullshit. No. I'm not gonna give fucking Michael credit. Fuck Michael. He doesn't get credit for starting this. No. This was started by myself with the O word. All right. That was the idea. We wanted to call it the O word. I wanted to call it the O word because it resonated with my name. But then it became our 2 cents because Michael got involved. And him getting involved made it better. But me kicking his ass out of here and telling him that he's off the hook made it even better because that pushed me to get out there and do this by myself or seek other people that I could talk to. But you know what? I'm working on a good one right now. Oh my God. I can't even tell you guys. We have to wait till January though. I hope that my message did not get lost again because it did get lost for a very good amount of a year, with this all I could say is all this. Okay, let me see how I put it without giving it up. It has to do with what people say that has been opened recently, parallel universes and all that, right? We're gonna talk to the scientific side of it, and I'm so dumb. I hope that I do a good job having a conversation with this lady that I'm fortunate enough that she contacted me back, even though it's been so long. But that's okay. She's busy. What the hell do you want? What do I want, right? I mean, everybody's doing their own thing. Everybody's busy, so why should I be not mean? I'm not being mean, am I? No, I'm not. Why should I be in such a rush? Because people are busy. People, and especially right now, which I haven't said to anybody, happy, Merry Christmas. And for I said happy Christmas for all you non-Christian folks out there that do not celebrate the Lord baby Jesus. You need to celebrate the Lord baby Jesus, right? He gave his life up for, who nobody knows where he was from like a very good amount of years, because maybe going through those teen years made him do things that teens do and that they regret later on in their life, and that's why it was never written about. It was missing a bunch. Anyways, so the good news is my home that I purchased has a chimney. Wow. You know what? Something something deep in my DNA, all right? Something deep in my DNA allows me to enjoy a good fire. When I used to live in my dad's house, where we used to live in a hole in the wall, right? That's what I call it because it was literally a hole in the wall. It was bad. But anyways, that's not what I'm trying to say. But I lost my train of thought. Hole in the wall, living in the hole in the wall. Fuck. It's gone. It'll never come back. If it comes back, I'll fucking talk about it again. But yeah, it's not good. You gotta step up your game. What was I talking about? That's gonna bother me. Everybody's the same, right? Everybody starts sparking up a conversation and they forget what they're saying. Am I developing some dementia here or something? Should I be worried? Should I be talking to a doctor about this? And do I got to talk to a doctor? No, not just a regular doctor, right? It's got to be a brain doctor, right? I would think you would think, right? Anyways, you forget things, and maybe you know what would help? Maybe reading, right? Because you exercise the brain when you read. They say you exercise the brain. I remember. Chimney. Yes, chimney. There's something in my DNA that allows me to. I get excited about turning on a fire. Now, not like what is the word I'm looking for? I forget words. This is what I was talking about earlier. Me forgetting words. Not like a arsonist. I remember the word. Not like an arsonist, but like more like a pyro, people who do tricks with fire. Even though I don't do a single trick with fire, I understand how dangerous fires can be. Yes, I do. So don't judge me. Anyways, but something in my DNA, it fascinates me that I can turn on a fire and it'll help keep the whole house warm. Now, when we get to the rooms, it gets a little tricky. And then the smoke, we got smoked out the first time we turned it on because I had no idea how to do this. All the fire alarms in the house were going off. And I'm pretty sure all the neighbors were peeking through the window, looking at our house and being like, that house is loud today. Because we're usually pretty quiet. Every now and then you'll hear me scream at my kids, "Hey, what are you doing? Sit down." You got to yell at them sometimes. No, I do not abuse my kids. Anyways, parenting is tough, but yeah. What I was trying to say is that I'm able to turn the chimney on now, and it's been great. I love it. I never thought I would enjoy a chimney this much. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. Maybe it's a dad thing, right? Because I have a friend. He was telling me his stories about when he had his home with chimney and how much he enjoyed it. And it made sense to me because I enjoy it just as much. I could, you know what? If it wasn't for my wife, that she drags me into the room when it's time to go to bed because I never want to go to sleep because I'm addicted to TikTok. I should just put that out there already, But the good thing is that in TikTok, I find interesting people to talk to, interesting conversations to be had. So the addiction is good. Hopefully it doesn't get out of control. But how can it get out of control? I still do my job. On one hand, I'm holding this, and the other hand, I'm driving. But that's all right, right? No, it's not. No, I do not do that. Just kidding. I don't do that. I was just being silly. Anyways, but yes, and I lost my train of thought again for being silly. But having a chimney is great. If you're in the search of your first home or whatever number home that is, you should probably look into having a chimney in your house because it's great. How else could I explain it? So like I was saying, this is how great it is. I could probably set up everybody's mattress in front of it, but obviously at a safe distance, I may add, and I could sleep right there in front of that fire. It would be great. And I think I'm getting old. You know why? I think I'm getting old because when is it okay for somebody to get excited about what's it called? One of those swing chairs, whatever the hell they're called. Dude, those swing chairs, whatever they're called. I had the name at the tip of my tongue, but it's just gone again. That's 3 things we've lost in the last 15 minutes. Now, that could be due to a problem that I'm having in my brain from all the times I knocked my head over or something, right? Or my brain could be firing at 1,000 miles an hour right now, and that's probably why I'm forgetting what I'm trying to say. But this is what I wanted to say at the beginning, is that I wanted to wish everybody a merry, happy holidays. Now, I say merry, happy holidays because I don't want to insult anybody that doesn't believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. But I have a story about that. That happened. Oh my God. Okay. So basically, this is what happened to me this weekend, right? I've had a long vacation from work. But it hasn't really been a vacation because there's been so many things to have to be done here at home. Yeah, that's done already. And then on top of that, I was able to figure out another side gig that I'm trying out right now, which is great. It's interesting. But since I mentioned the chimney earlier, I went on OfferUp, and right there people post, they cut trees down from their houses and then they put them up for free. So I was planning on going and get some free trees, not as in green trees, but as in dry trees for the chimney, right? If you get the hint. Anyways, so I contacted this lady. At the time I didn't know it was a lady, but I didn't assume anything. All I said was I'll show up, pick up the firewood and load it up in my truck and then just get out of there. Well, it didn't work out like that. So I show up there and a gentleman comes out, an older gentleman comes out of the house, out of the backyard actually. He comes out and he's waiting for me at the top of the driveway. And he looks at me and I ask him if that's the right house that I'm looking for. He says, yes, it's here. And I was like, all right, I'll get off the car. I walk up to the gentleman, shake his hand. How you doing? My name is Oscar. I'm here for the firewood that you posted for free. And he's like, yeah, you can have it. But have you accepted Lord Jesus Christ in your heart? And I was like, and this is a true answer. I told him, I don't believe in your God, but I believe in a form of a higher power. That was my answer to him. And, and he goes on to say that me looking at things that way is God putting his angels to work on me so that I can know the truth. And my thought is, why is God giving me puzzles if he wants me to do his will? Because I think, and I asked him, isn't he our father? And he's all like, no, that's where you got it wrong. But I was like, well, that's what I've been taught since I've been a small child in the Catholic Church. And he's all like, well, that's wrong because this and that. So, and I go on, okay, well then we kept talking. And it was just God this, God will protect you, God will give you power, God will give you knowledge. It was exciting. It was all the things that human beings want. Power. All right, I want power. No, doesn't everybody want power? Isn't that like, right? Anyways, but people do want power. I wanted power, but God's not willing to give it to you if you don't give up your soul to God. So God can work out a deal with you if you give something up. But what do? I'm a believer in this world. And my answer to him was like, all right, listen, I just don't think that whatever we've been taught about God is not it. Definitely not it. Think about it. This dude wants to murder babies, wants to kill, I don't know, a bunch of soldiers. I don't know, just because they don't do his will. But he's a God of love and power, right? Love. But he will smite your butt. This is what I told him. And he's all like, well, you see, things work out this way because he gets to name the rules because he's the creator of all. I was like, what a funny creator he is, right? He sees things happening in this world and doesn't do nothing about it. And he kept going on and on and on. But at the same time, I come back to him and tell him, you know what? Here's the thing. How do you explain what the Catholic Church has done? All the treasures that they've stolen, everything the Catholic Church owns at the Vatican that's inside those walls, I told him, all that is stolen. How does God allow that? I asked him. And this was, you know what? Here we go. This is when I realized this guy, we're on to Q. I never thought in my life I would come across a Q believer. I thought these people were just online. But they're not. So I bring up to him the Catholic Church, the Vatican owning all these treasures that they've stolen, right? So I bring that up. And his answer to me was like, well, you know what? That's why God put Donald Trump in power. Boom! That was right there. My brain was like, this guy's a QAnon believer. And that's when I started getting a little more rude. No, I didn't. I'm just kidding. I'm a nice person when I have a conversation with people. Even if I disagree with them, I just look at them and I'm like, I don't know, man. I think we probably heard different stories probably than if that's the case. Because according to this gentleman, Donald Trump had already taken all those treasures and ready to give them back to people. And he himself was putting all the people in the Vatican who are in power, he was going to put them in jail. And the God already allowed that. So I was like, no, I think you're looking at this wrong, man. I think you have the wrong information. Or maybe I do, but what I'm still seeing the Vatican still, they still keep rolling and scrolling and they don't give a shit about what they do. Obviously. And obviously it's not true, I told him. But he was like, you know what? I'm going to teach you a prayer so that way you can see the truth. So he started with, and you know what? I thought he was going to give me like a note or one of those little cards that these people have that they always carry that they think it's going to save their life, right? I mean, like if, right? So I thought he was going to do that, but he didn't. He turned around. He didn't even turn around. He just looked at me into my eyes and he was like, pray with me, kid. No, he didn't pray with me, kid. He said, pray with me, son. And he literally put his hands up. And, I gave him a minute. I thought it was going to be a short prayer. After 2 minutes went by, I was like, you know what? I didn't come here to fucking pray. I just came here to firewood. I'm out. Maybe it was a bitch move to run. And now that I say it out loud, maybe it was. I'll admit, maybe it was. But the thing I hate about religion, and I've said it many fucking times, and you could go back and listen to my episode, because that I do remember that I've said, The thing I hate about religion is what they do and how they do it and why they do it and the lies that they all implemented into every single one of us that grew up as a believer. But in return, when people realize, two things happen, right? People either realize that all that was just full of shit, or you become more of a believer. And apparently I've gone you guys are full of shit, aren't you? And you guys know it too. You know what? Maybe now that I say that, they probably think, I know 100%, they think they are fucking right. And they think they know what the fuck they're talking about. But when in reality, it's probably nothing. There's probably at one point in time somebody that would have possibly been named Yahweh, but I mean, who the fuck knows, right? It's ancient history. It's not even written down anywhere other than a Bible that a dude wrote that could have been a lie this whole time. But what the fuck do I know? I don't know shit. I don't know anything. I just know that it's this season. It is thy will that Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, would want us to know the truth. But yeah. Anyways, it is Oscar from our 2 cents. And I think that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary folk. That was just the thought that I wanted to get out there into the ether. Maybe the ether will respond. I hope it doesn't, because I don't want to get lashed. Whatever that means. I mean, don't relax. I didn't say anything wrong. Remember, our 2 cents with Oscar. And I want to wish every single one of you that has subscribed, all the 25 subscribers, thank you very much for hitting that subscribe button. And if you're listening to this, just hit that subscribe button, please, because it means nothing to you and it means the world to me. And I hate doing this because I always mess them up at the end. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary folk, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for listening to Oscar from our 2 cents. Hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel and follow, like, and share all the shit, the stupid, dumb things that I do. Anyways, this is Oscar, our 2 cents. Doses!